my stomach hit the ground. I can still remember the car ride home that day. It was an hour-and-a-half drive, and it was like, wow, what are we gonna do? And I could see it in my wife's eyes. You know, she was scared. I mean, we were both scared.
When Nick was younger, when he was like a toddler, he always had this little wiggle when he ran, and I always thought it was kind of this cute little wiggle. He was getting ready to go into kindergarten, and I thought, you know, maybe I should just get that looked at, because at that age he should be kind of running more normal like his peers, and he wasn't. And so I thought maybe something was wrong with his hips or something with his gait that we just needed to get looked at. And so we were in Pella for a follow-up to an ear infection appointment, and I asked Dr. John just to take a look at Nick and tell me what he thought. So he had Nick do some things, and he happened to have another patient that had muscular dystrophy. And so he kind of recognized the signs of some of the things that Nick was doing and recommended we get up to Iowa City as soon as possible. He was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. As a parent, when you first hear that your son is diagnosed with something like this, you feel like you've been kicked in the gut. Probably the easiest way to explain DMD or Duchenne muscular dystrophy is that with most people, as their bodies grow and their muscles need to get stronger to support their bodies, you have these muscle fibers that help kind of get around that muscle and help things stay strong. In Nick's particular case, his body isn't able to produce or produces very little dystrophin chemical. So then when his muscles demand some strength, his body isn't able to give it to him. So as Nick gets bigger, his body demands more muscle fibers and things, and he simply isn't able to produce them through his genetic makeup. So he essentially, as he gets older, he's going to get weaker. So he actually was walking up until a couple of years ago, and now he's in his wheelchair full time. So we're just starting to see the progression of how he used to be able to do certain things, and his body is weakening to the point where he can't do those things anymore.
Nick's relationship with the medical team at the University of Iowa has been awesome. Everywhere we go, Nick knows one of the doctors. It seems like we have them on speed dial, and he can call them anytime that he wants and get an answer. He went through some stuff here a while back that we had to diagnose, and it was such a heartwarming feeling for us as a family that they were emailing us, texting us back, calling us all the time, following up. And one thing I'll never forget is we were at our family doctor in Pella, and they communicated back and forth, and Dr. Blom, he says, wow, he says, you guys got a pretty good staff up there. He says, I've never had a follow-up ever in my life from a doctor that cares about their patients as much as the University of Iowa did. And that just left me, I knew we got a good care team.
We joke within our family that if Nick were old enough to play the lottery, he should play the lottery. Just simply because there's a lot of things that has happened from a health perspective that if 1 in 100 kids get something, generally it's gonna be Nick. We try to keep things light within our household. 1 in every so many kids get muscular dystrophy. He has muscular dystrophy. 1 in so many kids have heart issues. He's had heart issues. 1 in so many kids have thyroid issues, and he's had thyroid issues. So we've just had to roll with it and deal with it. And Nick is really good about just adjusting to things and not getting too hung up in what's wrong and focus on what's right. The nice thing with Nick's care team is that they have an outreach clinic in Des Moines. So what's wonderful is we come once a year to visit Dr. Matthews here in Iowa City so that we can do the full workup that day. And then every 6 months or so we're in Des Moines at the outreach clinic, where we see Dr. Matthews for a quick checkup just to see how things are going. Nick is a kid with a great sense of humor. We want him just to have a happy life.
It's been a struggle with this whole thing, but on the other hand, you know, my wife and our family has grown so much closer together today. I don't think we'd be this close today without this.